What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Joined alongside Tim in Green Bay. We may be joined alongside Emilio here shortly. Here to talk some Packers this evening. We're live on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Rumble. Got a really cool show set up for you. We're going to hit on several things. Rashan Gary making the top 100 list over on NFL Network. We're going to hit the three most underrated Green Bay Packers, and then we're also going to dive into I'm so excited about this Edgerrin Cooper Chalk Talk. Tim, make sure your britches are button top, buddy, because I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome show tonight when we dive into the Edgerrin Cooper Talk. But before we get into everything, guys, I want to ask a favor. Go do that YouTube stuff for me. Hit like, hit subscribe if this is your first time here. Running through the analytics earlier today, listen to these numbers, gang. The channel is absolutely blowing up, and so appreciative of everybody in the chat and everything that's going on. But we have consistently 12,000 returning viewers. What that means is they've watched the channel and they came back and watched it again for whatever reason. I don't know why they did it. Probably ain't got a lot. But returning viewers, 12,000. But we're only at 4,700 subs. So if you're one of those folks, hit that subscribe button for me. Click the bell notification. That way you get notified whenever we go live. We're going to be going live during training camp, bringing you all the updates, the entire training camp process. We're going to be doing all kinds of pregame shows, postgame shows. We may even do some preseason watch parties as well. We're going to got a lot of stuff lined up, so just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We have 7,000 returning viewers that's not subbed to the channel, so just help us do that. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Tim, how you doing tonight, bub?
Ready to go, baby. Like Ben Johnson would say, right? Let's go.
Yeah, he says it a lot more awkward than you do, though, Tim. I'm just telling you right now.
Get ready to go.
Caleb Williams back in the news. He posted a picture with a flower in his hair and get the nails painted and everything. My man, I guess you guys know how I feel about this. I don't have a problem. You want to paint your nails, but it just screams, give me attention. I need attention. Doesn't seem like a leader thing to do, but here we are. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you what a leader does do, Tim. They just, I don't know, battle their ass off to get back early from an ACL tear. And then next thing you know, boom, Rashan Gary back on the top 100, according to NFL Network. And he's in the number 80 spot. Now, here's the thing that I like about the top 100. And there's some people that go, it doesn't mean anything. Guys, this list is voted on by the very people who have to line up across from him. It's right. Voted on by the rest of the league. These are players in the National Football League going, that's a dude I hate facing right there. He's a real deal. So when we get in the season, just remember this stuff. When you get into the season and you have overly emotional fans, and there's always got to be somebody who's to blame, right? Listen, I'm as guilty as anybody. Like in the heat of the moment, you get upset, you get aggravated, right? You want to blame somebody, something. Just understand, you got to step back. And until you watch the tape, until you see exactly what happened, maybe most people, Tim, are good enough to catch it the first time through on the TV copy. I'm too stupid to do that. I have to watch it 3 times before I go, okay, got a decent idea of what actually happened in that ball game. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that the top 100, Rashan Gary making it number 80 this year, I think it's absolutely awesome. And you feel a little bit vindicated, Tim, because we talked about this all year long. It's like, why are people dragging Rashan Gary? He is a run-stopping machine, and third downs, an absolute demon on third downs getting after the quarterbacks. So what you take on Rashan Gary, we'll dive into a couple of statistics here. I just want to get your initial take. What do you think about Rashan Gary, number 80 there? And I feel like that's fair too, by the way. Some people may say that's a little low. No, he took a step back this year. There's no two ways about it. But to me, it feels like it's more in regard of focusing on the run. But go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's fair as well. 75 to 80 range, I think that's fair. And like you said, it's real easy to, watch the game on Sunday or Monday or Thursday night or, whatever, Friday. Pretty soon we'll be playing 7 days a week, hopefully in the next couple of years. But, you watch a game one time through and it's like, oh, Rashan, he didn't get home or he didn't play well. You get to that second, third, fourth trip through the film and you see 2, 3, 4, 5 different things every time you watch tape. And, you do notice it after really focusing in on what he's doing. He's not always trying to rush the passer. There are stunts, twists, things that we build into this defense, things we're asking Rashan to do that don't always jump off the game tape on a Sunday afternoon. But if you go through it with a fine tooth comb, you'll see what he's doing. And I think he's able to play on the inside if we really wanted him to. He can play on the edge. We know this. So I think top 80 is fair, certainly. And especially like you said, Clay, this is not, just talking heads like us. This is people that he lines up in the trenches with every week voting on him. So I think it's fair.
Definitely. Let's go to the chat here. Clint Armchair Quarterback says respect for Rashan. Elijah Gwynn says NFL players think Gary's a dog, and most NFL fans think he's a dog. He got voted to the Pro Bowl. Seems like Packer fans are the ones dragging him. Again, it's not all of them either, man. Elijah, it's the ones that are just overly emotional, man. And here's the thing too. Like, I don't want to harp on this too much, but what happens is what had happened was a fan will typically they'll get in their feelings in the middle of the game. They'll tweet something out, right? And then they'll get, a bunch of likes for it, and it'll build up some steam. And then next thing you know, when that player proves them wrong, rather than as like a Packer fan going, man, I'm glad I was wrong there. He's actually playing well. It's you've got to now cherry pick stats and try to find something to make it seem as if you were correct the first time. It's like fans would rather be right in their ill-advised opinion than focus on the positive of what a player can actually.
You're not a fan then. You're not a fan. You're an attention. Well, you know the word I'm going to use. You're an attention seeker. You're a strong attention seeker. And you'll do anything to justify your point. I'm with you, Clay. I'd rather be wrong 100% of the time and we win Lombardis. I'm a fan of this team and a fan of our players, and I'm going to support them. Even if you call that, a fault or whatever, I'm certainly not going to just, spot off nonsense, without being able to back it up. So, believe in our team, man. Bottom line, that's the prerequisite of being a fan, right? Fan is short for fanatic. You care about your team.
Yeah. Same. And here's the other thing too. There were some folks on Twitter I seen, they were making fun of NFL Network because they listed him as a defensive tackle. One thing to watch for, and this may be our one off-season thing to watch for this year, Tim, you catch these trends, right? We talked about before the RPO game 2 years ago, and then last year going in, it was look for more pistol. We've seen a little bit of pistol from the Packers. This year, many people don't know this, Rashan Gary had right around 30 snaps where he lined up at defensive tackle. Now, keep in mind, I personally don't even think that includes him lining up at 4 tech with another defender on the outside shoulder of him on the line of scrimmage, making it more of a jam front, which in my opinion, that's a defensive tackle too. If you're at a 4 and someone's at a 7 or a 9 next to you, you're kind of playing D tackle as opposed to end. So with that being said, I think they may it could be wrong, but it looks like it's trending a little bit. Like Rashan Gary might kick inside a little bit more. And we seen, when we did his chalk talk, his tape breakdown the other day, man, he was kicking ass inside. I mean, he was, especially on that goal line stand, he literally threw off 2 blockers and made the tackle. So, again, just something to look out for there. Respect Orange is in the chat, says, congrats on Rashan. Hopefully we see some more Packers, maybe Tucker Kraft. That would be awesome if Tucker Kraft made the top 100. I know this. Achias is right on it. He's spot on. X and Jacobs better be top 25. I would say X and Jacobs, they got a chance. They got a chance to be, I want to say top 10. Definitely Xavier McKinney has a legit shot to be top 10. But I would say Jacobs, if I had to guess, he's definitely top 50. Tim, what do you think about Jacobs?
I would agree. I mean, X and Jacobs are top 10 in their position group, right? Certainly, that's not even up for debate, right? We would all agree on that. So when you're rounding out, the top 100, it's like, where do you put guys like that? I agree, man. Josh Jacobs, man, other than, our franchise quarterback, Jordan Love, I don't know a more valuable player on this offense, maybe other than, of course, Zach Tom, who needs to get his money,
Pay that man his money.
Certainly Jacobs is that dude. And on the defensive side of the ball, we know X is that guy, and he's going to continue to show it this year as well. So, yeah, I think top 25 is reasonable for both of those guys.
Elijah Gwynn says, my guess is Love, Gary, X, Jacobs, Coop, and maybe even Evan Williams in the top 100. I feel like Evan would have been closer to the 100 mark, but I could be wrong. Cooper, I think Edgerrin Cooper, he better make. If he don't make it, that's going to be the snub of the entire list, and I think that's a good thing for Edgerrin. I kind of hope he doesn't make it, Tim.
Yeah,
I think
if he doesn't, it's due to the injury, right? And the time that he missed early in the year. We didn't really get a full season. And one could argue the same with Evan Williams, right? He missed a handful of games last year as well. So, yeah.
Ron Sample says Gary needs someone on the other side to pick it up a little bit. He needs more snaps as well. That's the thing, too, is like playing, 59% of the snaps, and he played in all 17 games. By the way, I think that was the first time he did that his entire career, I believe. You guys need to go watch that little video they tweeted out about this because it was really, really good. It also it showed how he was freeing people up to get to the sacks as well, occupying double teams, things like that. So
one way to get more snaps is kicking them inside on occasion, right?
See, that's the thing.
Play off the edge and then mix it up, stick them inside, right? Maybe a little 3-tech or something. Who knows?
And we were talking about that, right? Like, what if you put Devontae White in that nickel 4-2-5? What if you put Devontae White? This is when Kenny's gone, right? You put Devontae White at the 1-tech or the 2-eye, and you put Rashan Gary at the 3 to 4-eye, the 3-tech to the 4-eye. So that'd be interesting. Daryl in the chat says, hoping Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft will be in the top 100. That's another one. Jaden Reed might be there, man. It could be. Soder says Gary at edge and LVN and White at D tackle on passing downs already. See, that's another thing too, Tim. You can kind of mix and match and throw LVN inside too. So
that's so true.
Be interesting. Yeah. And LVN finished strong, boys. He finished real strong. At the end of the season, I can't remember, Ryan had the numbers, but I want to say it was around 14 or 15% pressure rate the second half of the season. And he finished on the entire year over 11%, which we've talked about. It was a better quarterback pressure percentage, according to NFL Pro, a better pressure percentage than both TJ Watt and Max Crosby, LVN has. So going along here, Green Bay Packers defensive end Rashan Gary has once again been recognized among the elite in the NFL, landing at number 80 on the league's top 100 list as voted by his peers. This marks the return to the prestigious ranking for the 27-year-old edge rusher. Though it's a drop from his number 50 position entering the 2024 season, Gary's inclusion highlights his consistent impact on the field as the Packers' best run defender and pass rusher. Here's a stat for you. Check this out. Gents, shout out to Steve Cook. He had tagged me in a tweet with this. Rashan Gary, this is according to NFL Pro, Rashan Gary generated pressure on 23.5%. Again, 23% of his pass rushes on third down last season. That was the sixth highest among defenders with at least 75 pass rushes on third down. Gary managed to generate pressure on just 7.8% of his pass rushes on early downs. People see that and go, what did they do immediately, Tim, in the tweets? He was trash on the early downs then. Watch the tape. The answer is always on the tape. We talked about it all year long. You can see them harnessing the pass rush to stop the run game. And the result of a 7.8% pressure rate on pass rushes on early downs, what's the trade-off there? You finish second in the league in run defense. Like, that's how the game's played. And tip your cap to Jeff Hafley for not listening to people putting pressure on you. Go, hey, you need to get this pass rush going. He's going, this is doing exactly what we needed it to do. I love it when a plan comes together. So, again, though, that 23.5% pressure rate on third downs, Tim, again, sixth highest in the league. Borderline, I mean, right there on the cusp of breaking into the top 5. Excellent number there.
Yeah, I love it. And we knew we needed to get better in the run fits, right? That was our Achilles heel for many seasons prior. And, you talk about on early downs, the percentages being lower with the pressure creation. Let's not forget, we're not asking him to pressure the quarterback every single time, especially on early downs. A lot of the time, that's when we're running stunts, twists. We're asking him to occupy a blocker or two or plug a gap so we can run somebody in behind him. And to Rashan's credit, that's what he does. And he does it damn near perfectly, if you ask me. And a lot of times that doesn't jump off the film to the average fan. And so, you get down on a guy like that because you're not looking for the intangible. And the intangibles show us over the course of a year, we improved in the run game. And, we're going to need to take another step. We're losing TJ Slayton this year. We've got young guys, Brinson, Stackhouse, Devontae Wyatt, there's some names in the mix that are going to try and fill that gap. But we have to do this by committee, and that's our edge guys and our DNs as well.
Yeah, definitely. Ron Sample says if he could do it on third down, it's guaranteed he could do it on early downs of apps.
Yep.
That's the thing. Like very well said. All right, so last season he excelled in setting the edge, ranking among the top edge defenders against the run with minimal struggles in containment. He also led the Packers in quarterback pressures with 52, sacks with 7.5, and run stops, finishing 11th in run stops among all defensive ends league-wide and boasting one of the highest run defensive grades on the team. So, again,
how cool is that, Clay? He led the Packers in quarterback pressures with 52, his jersey number. I love it. I'm a nerd. I love stuff like that.
I didn't even realize that till just now.
52 got 52 pressures. I love it.
That's awesome. And the other thing, too, again, he's 6th in third down pressure rate, and he finishes 11th in run stops. Come on, dude. Yeah. Solid. So, again, his PFF grade, 73.0, run defense grade of 72.8, pass rush grade 66.7 last year. He led the Packers in defense, or led all of the edge defenders in defensive grade, run defensive grade, pass rush grade, all the way across the board. Second was Brenton Cox Jr. at 67.2 overall defensive grade. And you can see here the numbers. All this, guys, is right here, handily available to you in our Patreon group. If you want to support the show and join the Patreon group, just go to patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access or scan the QR code in the upper right. The $3 tier gets you access to everything on the site. But you can see all the numbers there, the 52 pressures. The closest person to him in quarterback pressures was Kenny Clark at 27. Rashan Gary had 52, while only playing 58% of the play time there. So, interesting. And also on this, you can go notice at the top of the page here, you get a 3-minute clip of the Chalk Talk episode we did. You get the raw, just the cut-ups, the coaches film cut-ups that you can watch there as well. So make sure you go check that out. Tim, anything else on Rashan Gary? You good, Bubba? Good to go?
Rashan Gary is him.
All right, let's move it along, man. Let's get into the next topic here of the night. I'm really excited about this. Just got to thinking earlier today. I'm like, man, if you comb through this roster, we already hit our top 5 best Green Bay Packers, right? We did that list. Now it's like, let's go and comb through the roster and kind of see who are the more underrated players. So this is my 3 underrated Green Bay Packers in 2025. And again, these are the players that I think they don't get enough love for what they put together. So with that being said, we're going to go through it, and I want to get Tim's take. Everybody in the chat, let us know if there's anybody that did not make this list, and we put a poll question up already here on YouTube. Which underrated Packer are you most excited about? Emmanuel Wilson, Carrington Valentine, Brenton Cox Jr., and I put other comment. So if there's another player you think's underrated, throw it in the comments here and let us know. All right, so here we go, Tim. Packers are loaded with young talent. Everyone's buzzing about what they can do in 2025, but you and I know that while the big names get the headlines, dynasties are built on the guys you don't see coming. Real long-term success isn't just about first-round talent. It's about finding those overlooked players, the underdogs who are just waiting for their shot to prove everyone wrong. Today, we're looking past the obvious stars to find 3 guys on the roster who could be absolute game changers. These are the players who are ready to outperform their contracts and become pillars for the Packers' future. Number 1, Tim, you met this guy in person, I believe, didn't you? Helping him look for his pup that was lost last winter, or was it the winter before, I believe? Player number 1 on the list is running back Emmanuel Wilson. All right, first up, let's talk about a guy who embodies pure grit, running back Emmanuel Wilson. This is a player who wasn't just overlooked. He was off almost everyone's radar coming out of Fort Valley State was where he went to college at, Fort Valley State. He clawed his way onto the 53-man roster as an undrafted free agent and has done nothing but impress since he got here. Keep in mind, guys, he was not good enough to make the roster in Denver, if I remember correctly. That's where the Packers picked him up off the scrap heap, and he ended up making the 53 here. When you're an undrafted guy, the story is usually about just surviving. Wilson threw that story out the window. In 2024, he stepped up and became an important part of the offense. In fact, he was highly effective, averaging an impressive 4.9 yards per carry. He was right on the cusp of hitting 5 yards a carry on 103 attempts and scoring 4 touchdowns. Those aren't just good for backup numbers. That's legit NFL production. Tim, I want to get your take, man. In 2023, PFF grade 80.0. Last year, he jumps to an 82.0. 8.9, a run grade of 86.3. What do you think about our boy Emmanuel Wilson here, man? 6'1", 226, bowling ball, but boy, does he got some lateral burst, man.
Yeah, for sure. Not underrated in my book, right? If you've been keeping an eye on him, you know what he's capable of. I think he's, much like our receivers in a crowded room. I think, Emmanuel Wilson is in a talented running back room with Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lloyd and a couple young bucks behind him. But, to that point, I think he's he's met or exceeded our expectations, put it that way, I think, at least for me personally. And that's not just because that's my boy and I've met him in person a couple of times up here around the facility and stuff. But, he's a hell of a player, man. And if you look at the way, his career is progressing, man, this is another opportunity for him to take another step himself. Like I said, I truly believe that he's running back too. It's his spot to lose. If, Marshawn Lloyd steps it up and takes it away from him, great. But I think Emmanuel Wilson has played enough good football for us to be considered our number 2 running back, at least at this point going into preseason.
Yeah, Wilson or Daryl in the chat says Wilson is actually 5'10", 5'11". I think that's more accurate. 6'1" seems tall for Emmanuel Wilson because he is like a bowling ball, I'd say he probably is closer to 5'11" if I were to
I'm 6 feet tall, and I've stood 2 feet away from him. He's about my height, so if that makes sense.
United Base says signed with Denver as a UDFA, waived 3 days later on May 12th, 2023, signed with the Pack May 22nd, 2023. And again, the big thing that sticks out to me, everybody, when you sign a player like this, I'm sure y'all could relate to this type of story. There's always a moment where you remember at first click, like, hey, that dude's a dog. Like, he's a pretty good player. I remember he bounced. He took an A-gap run, bounced it all the way out in the C-gap, hit the sideline against the Bengals in preseason the first year we had him. And I remember our boy, God, what's his name? I can't think of it now. Gary, former running back for the Packers. Help me out in the chat.
Gary Ellerson.
Gary Ellerson said, what that Emmanuel Wilson kid did, that's not normal. Like, that's a vision, that's burst, that's pull away speed, everything, man. Everything.
And then look what he's added since those moments, right? Catching the ball out of the backfield, blocking and pass pro, the little things that you need a running back to do. I think Wilson has certainly stepped up.
Yeah, definitely. And Deadfish in the chat says ESPN roster has him at 5'10", 226. So PFF, man, they slacking, Tim. They've been slacking here a little bit.
5'11" with the thick cleats on, right?
Exactly.
The deep
Big
turf
spikes.
cleats. Yep, big spikes.
Yeah. All right. Says what makes him a true gem is his explosive, decisive running style. He hits the hole hard and has a surprising burst that could turn a simple 4-yard gain into a 15-yarder, recording explosive runs 10 yards or more, all right, on 13% of his carries, Tim. Again, 13% of his carries. I think he had 103 carries and he had 13, so a little less than 13% explosive plays. That's wild. 13% of your runs, right on the cusp of it, being explosive runs, just shows you how dynamic he is for sure. The Packers have their star in Josh Jacobs and a high draft pick in Marshawn Lloyd, but Wilson has proven he's more than just a camp body. He's a reliable, efficient player who provides critical depth. And in the grind of a long NFL season, guys like Emmanuel Wilson are what keep a team's Super Bowl hopes alive. I'll tell you this, I immediately think when I hear that line right there, 2010, when the Packers won the Super Bowl, Ryan Grant goes down with an injury early in the season.
James Starks, baby.
James Starks steps right in out of Buffalo. That's Emilio's alma mater, by the way. He's listening somewhere, grinning like a possum in a dumpster. But yeah, he stepped right in and carried the load, and lo and behold, they go and win a Super Bowl, man. So,
and Starks was one of those guys too that was kind of steady Eddie, kind of flying under the radar for a while. Contributing here and there, and then when the team needed him, this is what we talk about, right? Next man up. And I think that's a great comp, man. You see a lot of that in E. Wilson for sure.
Yeah. All right. Up next, number 2 on our top 3 underrated Packers list, Brenton Cox Jr., edge defender. I love that shot, by the way. Thanksgiving night. Looks like a little snow flying, right?
Here's the guy.
Got the John Madden patch on the jersey.
Oh, I love it.
It's unbelievable. All right, here we go. Next, we have a player with first-round talent who took the scenic route to the NFL. Edge rusher Brenton Cox Jr., if you follow college ball, you know the name. Cox was a monster in the SEC but off-field questions saw him go undrafted. All right, that's where the hidden gem opportunity comes in. The Packers took a no-risk shot on a guy with elite physical tools, and it's starting to look like a brilliant move. Cox has been developing as a rotational rusher, and the guy just plays with his hair on fire. After Preston Smith was traded last season, Brenton Cox got his shot and immediately provided a spark, recording 4 sacks in just 7 games on limited snaps. He has the relentless motor you love to see, making an impact on defense and special teams. So when you dive into it, he played in more games than just 7, but I think they were saying he actually got the technical start in 7, which I did notice him out there quite a bit down the stretch. PFF grades 2023 of 58.2. That was much to the amazement of his run defense. We talked about he would just press upfield, run right past the run responsibilities, trying to get to the quarterback, take himself out of the play. Really harnessed that last year, coming in with a 67.2 PFF grade. So 67.2 defensive grade, run defense grade improved to a 64.1, pass rush grade improved to a 66.4. So Brenton Cox Jr., I think he's someone that can really, really excel in what we ask him to do for sure. A team-friendly contract, he is pure upside. The Packers need guys who can consistently get after the quarterback to help out Rashan Gary, and Cox has the power and pass rush moves to be a real problem for offenses. Don't be shocked if he goes from a relative unknown to a guy announcers are talking about every single Sunday, man. Jacob was ahead of the curve, Tim, on Brenton Cox Jr., and every time he brung it up, I'm like, man, he plays too out of control. He's, rushing up the field. He cleaned that up in one offseason.
Yep.
I think the dude, if the Packers don't retain him after this year, I think he's one of those guys that could probably go. He's got enough tape out now. He could probably go get $5 to $6 million on the market per year.
I was just going to say they better retain him because he'll end up being a Philadelphia Eagle or something. I can just totally see that happening. So, and you're right. Jacob was totally ahead of the curve, right? He saw this coming a mile away. And I'll tell you, man, you talk about another guy that can play on the edge or you can kick inside. It's Brenton Cox Jr. So there's versatility there as well. And to your point, Clayton, I think he's cleaned up a lot of the mistakes and he's progressing along really nice. So it'll be fun to watch him out there this year.
Yeah, I agree. And we're going to scroll back here for just a second. Actually, I had it on the Rashan Gary article. I was going to look at those grades from the edge position room, because when you look at it, like looking at Brenton Cox Jr. and the role he's going to play, like last year he played 187 snaps. What I would like to see happen, Kingsley Enagbare, if I remember correctly, was like 400 to 500 snaps. I want to see him go down to the 150 mark, and I want to see those, whatever the difference is, 350 snaps split between LVN and Brenton Cox Jr. That's going to truly tell you if Brenton Cox Jr. is the player we think he can be, right? Yep. So I think that would be huge if they approached it that way. What do you think about that? Am I being too harsh on JJ Enagbare, or do you think that might be the right way to go?
No, and speaking of guys that can, rush out of control sometimes, Enagbare would definitely be guilty of that. I think we've seen that on tape a few times, but we've also seen him make incredible plays as well. But that being said, I'm a fan of that. I'd love to see and like we said, maybe Rashan or LVN's kicking inside, so maybe it's not about necessarily taking snaps away. It's about just changing your deployment, and maybe Enagbare is still out there as an edge, and you've got other guys in the middle. So, but I'd love to see more Brenton Cox Jr. on the field. Bottom line, and if that means taking 5 to 10 snaps away from Enagbare, I'm for it. You don't want a guy to turn into a progress stopper. And if you've hit your shelf or you've kind of maxed yourself out, then that's kind of what it is. If not, then it's on JJ Enagbare to come out and ball out this year and not allow us to have conversations like this, right? Play so good that we don't want to take you off the field.
Yeah, completely agree. All right, up next, number 3 on the list, Carrington Valentine, cornerback. All right. Our last hidden gem might just be the most impressive of the bunch. Cornerback Carrington Valentine, finding a quality starting corner in the 7th round is like hitting the lottery. But it looks like that's exactly what Green Bay did. When he was drafted out of Kentucky, the thought was he'd be a guy who needed a few years to maybe contribute on special teams. Instead, injuries pushed him into the spotlight as a rookie where he struggled, but in year 2, he looked like he belong. Valentine plays with a certain swagger and confidence that you just can't coach. He's physical, he's aggressive, and he has a knack for being in the right place at the right time. The fact is he's played so well in his second year that he became a key contributor on the defense, leading all Packers cornerbacks with the 69.0 passer rating when targeted, while also leading the room with 2 interceptions. Him and Jair both led the room with 2 picks out of that cornerback room last year. So, Tim, in the cornerback room, he's leading in passer rating when targeted. He's leading in interception. People say, well, Nate Hobbs is here. That's right, but Nate only had 1 in Vegas last year. So even with his numbers from last year with Vegas, Carrington still leads the cornerback room with those 2 picks. How cool would it be to see Carrington take a step forward and get, 4 interceptions and keep that passer rating when targeted under 75-ish? That's all I'm asking for Carrington Valentine, man.
Yeah, he got my vote in the poll. That's my pick. You already know. I fully expect him to take another step, and as far as I'm concerned, man, that's CB1 until proven otherwise right now on this football team. We'll see. We're a week away from camp, but this is a star in the making. He has been since he got here, and I think time and time again, when asked to step up, he's answered the call, and he's earned the opportunity to compete for that quote unquote CB1 role with the departure of Jair, which we all know that was his boy, and probably still his boy, probably still really close. A guy that he's looked up to. And when you talk about the on the field stuff, I love it. And I think CV is going to pick up a lot of the slack left in that CB room when you lose a guy like Jair as a leader and, contributor on the field. So it's about time. He's right in that wheelhouse where we want, right? Old enough to know better, young enough to still enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to seeing year 3 with CV out there, man.
Yeah, Holmes MD1 with the special request. My knee.
My knee.
The old perk game, as our boy United Bates refers to it in the chat. So true. So, yeah, Carrington again with the PFF grade last year, 65.5. So in 2023, he was a 57.5. Cheeks. Then he jumps to a 65.5.
65%.
65%. That's what it's my favorite drop, and you guys always surprise me with it. I don't even realize I'm saying 65 until you hit it. 65.5 defensive grade, but look at the coverage grade, Tim. 71.4.
Yeah. What do we want corners to do, right? Cover.
Yeah. Cover and stay healthy. That's what we need, right? Now, I will say this. That run defense grade strikes me a little bit as odd, that 40.5, because we put a clip together of like 10 or 12 plays of him coming up and smacking the running back and attacking receivers on smoke screens and stuff. So I feel like it's
that PFF algorithm, right? What are you going to do?
Exactly, man. So, all right. Following the release of Jair Alexander, Valentine is now set to be one of the team's top 3 corners, a massive and permanent role. He's already shown flashes of being a true lockdown defender, and the coaching staff loves his work ethic. In a league where you can never have enough good corners, having a young, hungry, and cost-control player like Valentine is an absolute goldmine for this defense. Talks about the coaches loving him, Tim. I remember, I've talked about this before, SEC Media Days 2023, Coach Stoops of my Kentucky Wildcats got up there and said, we got some adjustments we got to make, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but I do know word for word he did say we lost our emotional leader on defense in Carrington, talking about Carrington Valentine. So it's a perfect example, too, of how someone who can be one of, if not the most important players on one side of the ball in college is just a 7th-round pick in the NFL, right? The difference in obviously skill level is astronomical. But I think it's awesome that the coaches have kind of identified Carrington as one of those guys. And I think he's going to pick up where Jair left off. Jair was always that spark plug. He brought that energy.
Yeah.
I know there's a soundbite where Matt LaFleur was mocked up and he dabbed up Jair Alexander. I think it was Matt's first year with the Packers. And he said, hey, I need you to bring that energy you always do today. He wants you, you need people on that roster and on that sideline and on that field that's going to be able to pick everybody up and keep things kind of amped up, and not in an overly aggressive, hateful way like fire on fire, but just making the game fun. I think Carrington brings a lot of that.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, spark plug, right? We know that's what Jair brought to the table. And I think, to his credit, Carrington Valentine's fully capable of embracing that role. And let's be honest, he's got a lot of help in that secondary, right? We've got Xavier McKinney back there. You know, we've got Keyshawn Nixon. Keyshawn's not shy about bringing the energy and talking the talk. You got Nate Hobbs as well. But, you know, I look at CV, man, and I look at him as one of these guys that's going to be, you know, paving the way for the next generation of these corners. Like when you look at a Micah Robinson and a Kalen King, guys that are coming up behind, I think Valentine's going to be a great example for the young DBs in that room for sure.
Yeah. So rounding out here, we said, so there they are. This says the future is bright. So there they are, 3 players working behind the scenes who are ready to make a huge impact in 2025. Emmanuel Wilson, the grinder who defied the odds. Brenton Cox Jr., the top-tier talent getting a second chance. And Carrington Valentine, the late-round pick who plays like it was a first-round selection. These are the players that make a good team truly great. Which of these guys are you most excited to watch this season? Are there any other Packers flying under the radar that you think should be on the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more breakdowns of the Packers roster, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Anybody who watched this individual video, hit sub. We're going to bring you all kinds of training camp content here in the upcoming weeks. So there you go, Tim. That is the 3 most underrated players. We've also got a Packers free agency addition and subtraction video. We're going to hold that over to tomorrow. And let's just go ahead and dive right into some Edgerrin Cooper chalk talk, man. I can't wait any longer. So
heard it from a fan right here.
All right, so you guys know the rule. If you've been around, if this is your first time tuning in for Chalk Talk, here are the rules. We're going to show some tape. There's a chance that the AI over on YouTube will trigger a copyright. If it does, the stream will go down. Keep in mind, we're still live on X. We're still live on Rumble, okay? And also, the stream will come back up. But if you want to watch it uninterrupted, we'll for your convenience, edit this video out separately and upload it later on this evening so you'll have it ready to go if you just want to watch this, or if you want to, you know, save it in a playlist. And here's the other thing. We've created playlists on the channel now. We're finally getting sophisticated here at PTA. So you can actually go find the Chalk Talks we've done here recently, and I'm going to start to put those all in that playlist as we go through the season. Because that's, if you're new here, the other thing we do is during the season, you know, we'll do our prep leading up, the shows leading up to a game. We're prepping you for the upcoming game. We'll do a pregame show. The game happens. We come in for the postgame show. Monday, we typically hit PFF grades, like a PFF review. Typically by Tuesday or Wednesday, we go through and do a Chalk Talk episode for just that game and give you the top 10, maybe even most of the time more plays that were most instrumental in the outcome of that game. So again, if this stream goes down, like I said, just hop over to X, Rumble, or watch it later on today. Can you see this okay, Tim?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it, man. Let's dive into Edgerrin Cooper Chalk Talk. Guys, we got to go rapid fire because this is a long highlight reel.
Did you cut it down to like 200 plays or what?
I don't know how many I ended up with, but it's pretty lengthy. You know, but it's rare you get a player like this, right, Tim? It's a rookie.
Yeah.
A rookie
Considering the amount of time he missed as a rookie, too, and we still have all this tape on him, it's incredible.
Yeah. So here he is against the Vikings. I'm going to show you some box cam for the run fits, and then we're going to show some all 22 cam for when he's in coverage as well. So here he is against the Vikings, and let's just watch him. First of all, what position's he playing, Tim? This is important, right, to try to determine. So
it
looks like they're in a
Mike linebacker, correct?
You got it. We're in 11 personnel. So there's your tight end, right? Let me go in the red, make it a little easier. There's your tight end. So it's strong left. The Mike lines up closest to the tight end. Now, keep in mind, Xavier is in the box as well, probably shadowing that tight end. But on this specific play, our boy Edgerrin Cooper is the Mike, and Eric Wilson is the Will. Okay, so again, when people say he's not a Mike, he's a Will, they're very interchangeable. This is what we're talking about. You're going to see plays on this highlight reel, on this Chalk Talk, where he's actually playing the Will as well. And you'll notice sometimes he's playing the Will and he's covering the seam. Well, that's typically what the Mike does, right? So just say it's very, very interchangeable because you got
Aaron Jones sitting in that backfield looking like, wow, all these guys look familiar except for Cooper and McKinney. I don't know who these guys are.
He's about to figure out who Cooper is. Look at the break on this, man. Look at him beat the reach block.
Yep.
And get to the play.
Not a bad stiff arm by Jonesy there, trying his best, but it didn't work. Coop went right through it. You see the hand right to the face mask.
He's such a good tackle. And again, look at the offensive lineman trying to reach. So they cut down on the right side. Poor TJ Slayton gets his legs taken out. See it there?
Yep.
So they cut him down, and the goal is the center is I'm going to get the 56. The hell you are. Look at 56.
Well, really, what he's trying to do is he's trying to reroute Cooper, right? He's trying to knock him off that line hopefully he stumbles or loses his feet. As you see, Coop is not falling for it, and he's not. It's going to take a lot more than a little shove to knock him off his feet like that.
Yeah. And look at Xavier McKinney playing with good technique. He knows I got to keep the outside shoulder of this blocker. So he's taking the edge away, and Edgerrin Cooper comes in and cleans the play up. Great job by Coop right there. That is hard to tackle Aaron Jones in space like that.
Absolutely.
So, all right, next play. Chicago's going to bring over a little wing set here with the wide receiver, much like we do with Christian Watson. So again, Tim, as we're breaking this down, strong left look, right? You see the strong left look. Where's Cooper at? He's the Mike. Once again, playing Mike. He's on the strong side of the formation. Again, when they motion over, they bring McKinney down. And again, we talk about McKinney playing post safety. This shows you how they moved him around all year long as well. So again, Cooper is the Mike. Isaiah McDuffie is the Will on this particular play. I don't think it's a 4-3 set, seeing that there's just one attached tight end here. Most likely it's 11 personnel. So let's roll the tape. Coop in the Mike. Start, stop. There ain't no stop there. Look at this.
Wow.
Pushed Enigbari on his face. Like, get out of the way, bub. If you ain't going to make the tackle, get off the tracks. Watch him push Enigbari right here. Move, JJ. I'm coming in to make the tackle.
McDuffie trudging hard, too. Ran right into Keyshawn at the end of the play.
But look how he just sifts through everything, man. He plays so well with bodies around him, is what we say in traffic, you know?
Yeah. He has that ability to kind of get skinny, too, like at the drop of a dime and slip in between.
And this is one of those, it's not a pin and pull. It's just a toss. It's almost like a weak side. It's a weak side power toss, really. So you see 58 trying to get out there on the edge, but Cooper ain't having it, man. He just navigates through just fine, beats that reach block off the jump, makes a tackle. Beautiful play. So Edgerrin Cooper is a dog. Coach Lane in the chat, just put Cooper at Mike and call it a day already. I'm telling you. But Coach, and Coach knows this. I'm not teaching Coach a damn thing in here. You want to put him at the wheel too when you want to do those wheel fires, right? And it's why it's every week is different, because it depends on the personnel you're facing, who are their Tuesday players, all those things we talk about throughout the season game planning. So here we are now on a little strong look. Strong right look, I should say. So they bring the tight end over strong right. Now, keep in mind, they motion him over, right, Tim? Yep. So starting the play, they put Cooper in a zero. That's what you call a joker right there. That's what we call it. Coach, what do you guys call that when you bring a backer up and put him right over the center on the line of scrimmage? I've always heard it called a joker, but let me know what you think there. So they started off strong left, which would make Quay the Mike on this particular play and Cooper the Will. But they got Cooper on the line of scrimmage.
Changes.
It's almost like Cooper's a pass rusher, though, right, Tim? Like he might as well be a part of the defensive line. If that's the case, you still identify Quay as the Mike. But could you imagine being the center and having Cooper right in your face like this?
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Good luck with that.
So they motion over strong right, and guess what it is, boys? We got us a little scrape, a little stunt here. So these guys are going to crash in. I think they both do. And Cooper, little stutter step, bouncing out. All right. These are those blitzes we're talking about, right? This is as Coach says there, true. Probably need to move him around. Offense doesn't get a beat on him. Yeah, very, very true. So in this case right here, watch this loop, scrape, whatever you want to call it. So look at Kenny and LVM both crash in, right? And they're taking that guard. Now look at the tackle. You think he's going to be able to block our boy Cooper? Look at all that lean right there. It's over. So Matthew Stafford right here, Tim, he sees everybody crash and he thinks, all right, let me get out here on the edge and find a window to throw the rock, right? Wrong. Look right here. Oh, crap. Cooper, wait. And look at – he almost jukes Cooper, like he hits him with a spin move. Yeah. Watch Cooper right here. Now, that's not good tackling technique. Don't get me wrong. You want to keep it – I'm trying to think of how I can say this. There's a term that I've always heard in coaching. It's knees to – a word that starts with an N and ends with an S. It rhymes with struts. Knees to struts, we'll say that. Meaning you keep everything
squared up.
You keep everything square. Thank you for keeping it PG-13 there, Tim. But right here, this is not good technique. Okay, it's not. I mean, that's not what you're looking for. But when he's just an athletic freak, watch him rebound right here, Tim. Grab him by the get on the ground, boy. You think you juking me out? Again, look at the speed. And shout out to LVN.
Yeah,
smacking that guard in the ribs and still getting pressure. Watch LVN still get pressure on Stafford. He moves him off his spot too.
Absolutely.
But Edgerrin Cooper, man, that that tackling ability, Tim, even with bad form, he could tackle the quarterback.
I mean, you hit it on the head. The athleticism right there is everything. I mean, you're basically beat, and you recover and make a great play.
Yeah, awesome play by Cooper. There's one of his 3.5 sacks on the year there. Great job. All right, up next, we're in the Jaguars game now. So now let's see where he's lined up, Tim. Let's identify the tight end. I don't see a tight end on the field. To me, this looks like it might be 10 personnel.
Well, it's a new regime. They might have a tight end on the field this year. You never know.
Duval.
I can't tell. That might be a hybrid tight end right there. Okay. Regardless, they're kind of using him like the tight end. So if that's the tight end, that would make Eric Wilson the Mike, and that would make Edgerrin Cooper the Will. We've seen him in the Will position twice now with, I think Coach called it, if I'm saying it right, an amoeba mug by Cooper, where he was lined up in what we call a joker stance. He was technically the Will, even though he was lined up in a zero tech on the line of scrimmage. He just didn't have his hand in the dirt. On this particular play, the other one we seen, Will, he fired, right, on a straight blitz. Here he is in the Will again, and guess what, Tim? When they put him in the Will, he's firing, right? Now, this is what's awesome. It looks like he's blocked, right? Good protection. Watch him keep fighting, right? Yeah. Watch him bulldoze number 65. 65 is the center. He just dog walked 65. Look at that. Now Cooper's 240 pounds, boys.
Fighting through a hold, honestly, at the end there because he was beat.
Right.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and Chuck Jagger's ass was at a horse collar on that last tackle. My understanding of the horse collar rule is you've got to pull them down in the back towards their ankles. So he just kind of grabbed him by the collar and swung him around. So I don't think it would be, although I wouldn't be surprised if that does get flagged from time to time. Coach Lynn said that's a 225-pound quarterback he just got on the ground. Not easy to do at all. I don't know if he's talking about Stafford or our boy Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is a big old boy, too. I think he's like 6'5" or something.
Yeah, but Trevor Lawrence is built like a tight end. Yeah.
Yeah. Cooper, though, him smacking that ball out, guys, that's so intentional. Watch him punch this ball.
Right there, man.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Now we're getting to my favorite player, my favorite alignment. This is the double mug. They call it double barrel, double A-gap mug. So you'll see here you've got Cooper and Quay in the A-gaps. All right, and what you're doing, guys, wide nines on the outside, double 4, in this case, a 5 tech over here with Wyatt. So you got Kenny in a 4, Wyatt in a 5, and then you got both Edgerrin Cooper and Quay in those kind of like those Joker looks, right, where you're bringing those guys up.
Like a double mug or something.
Exactly. So with that being said, let's see how this plays out. Are they going to blitz them both or drop one? Ball snap, they sink Quay out, so Quay's going to drop. And guess what Quay being in that A-gap does, guys? This guy's blocking no one now. Yep. And guess what it does, Tim? He's blocking no one. It forces 63 to help over here because he didn't know that this guy was going to drop, right? And that is J.J. Enagbare doing I think that's J.J. Enagbare doing the 55 drop, right? So we showed a 6-man rush, right, with the double A-gap mug. And in reality, we're only bringing 4, right? So you get 55 drop. You got Quay bailing out and covering a zone. And you got Edgerrin Cooper. Well, it looks like he's going to be singled up on Charbonnet, right, a running back. But instead, if you pay close attention, he's going for the rib cage of the left guard to allow Kenny to work around a little bit. And if Kenny recognizes, hey, let me stay at home so that Geno Smith can't scramble up the middle, it might be a little bit of a touch spy stunt. But watch what happens. Cooper blasts him in the ribs, right? Kenny circles around. The running back picks him up. And look who gets to the quarterback. It was not designed for Edgerrin Cooper to get that sack. His goal there is to free up Kenny. And when he realizes they picked it up, let me just go ahead and sack the quarterback. Heck with it.
The best part about the scheme here, if you pause it right here, like you said, you've got the center and the right guard blocking nobody. And then as the play develops, those two offensive linemen help us collapse the pocket around Geno. If you watch the end of this play, as they continue through the progression, it's their bodies that give Geno nowhere to go to the right. And then, of course, Rashan maintaining the edge. And then, like you said, the stunt with Kenny over the middle. And then Coop just doing what Coop does, able to bounce off that guy and continue his pursuit. But really, I mean, winning the hat count due to scheme with Quay flying out of there, JJ flying out of there. You got 2 linemen doing nothing but backing up right into their quarterback, that whole right side of the line. is sealed off by their own players. I mean, that's how you win the hat count 101 right there.
Look at Gary just bench press his left tackle. Straight arm rush. That's one of his patent moves right there. Look, just dig.
Yep.
Got a hand on him too.
Yep. Right into the quarterback too, right? That's what you teach your guy, right? Can't get around him, take him with you, block him right into the quarterback if you have to.
My favorite frame right here is this right here, Tim. Look at Gino. He's like, oh, he done that little squat.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh no.
If you look really closely, you can actually see him crap his pants a little bit right there.
Yeah. And look at Devontae Wyatt taking a double team right back into Gino too.
Yep.
But I was told the pass rush was bad last year. So,
well, that's if you believe pass rush is exclusive to sacks. And if you don't see a sack on every single down, you're upset about the pass rush, apparently.
Exactly. All right, this play here, Tim, let's see if we can identify where he's lined up. Where's the tight end? Do we have a tight end on the field? I'm seeing a 10 look here, unless there's a tight end flex somewhere. So let's just call it 10. That may be a tight end right there. Kind of looks like a tight end. I think that is a tight end. So if that's the case, right, we're in a nickel 4-2-5. So if he's the tight end, guess what? Edgerrin Cooper is the mock. All right. And that makes, I don't know who this is. It looks like it might be Eric Wilson. Whoever that is would technically be the will. Okay. So you got Carrington on this guy, and whether they're playing zone or man, I'm pretty sure this is zone. This is a spot drop play. But you got 2 on the shelf. Look like Joe Barry's defense, don't it, Tim? Out here. So you got a 2x2 set, right? And watch Edgerrin Cooper on this play. Nothing fancy. Eyes on the quarterback, right? It'd be real easy to take your eyes off the quarterback and focus on your work here a little bit. But look, I got this under control. I'm just going to sink back, right? I got help on the inside. I got help over the top if he decides to stretch it. So I'm just going to sit right here in my zone, read the quarterback, and look at Coop just snatch this one away. Bang.
Love it.
Yeah. Nothing fancy, but good hands, schematically sound, did everything he was supposed to do.
You hit it right there. Schematically sound. Trust the scheme. Do your job. Good things will happen.
Yeah. Nice look there, too. I love that blanket, too. And this was kind of a long down and distance, it looks like. Eric bailing out, going to take that seam away. That's probably why the quarterback went underneath as opposed to trying to go over top of Cooper, because he read Eric in the middle. So great job by Eric Wilson there. But again, Cooper, and where does he get this interception? Let's see how many return yards this freak gets. He picks it off at the 49. Takes it to the 39, the 29, roughly the 27-yard line. That's invisible yardage that matters, man. I'm telling you. All right, up next, we're back to the Jaguars game. So this is a play. Oh, I love this one. This is awesome, Tim. So on this play here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 linemen, four defensive linemen, right? Then you got Xavier McKinney mugging the outside. You've got another backer here mugging the B gap. And then you got Edgerrin Cooper mugging the A gap. So we're showing on this particular play, Tim, that we may be blitzing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players, right? So we've got 7 on the line of scrimmage, pretty much around the box, showing a blitz, and they're in a gun set. Now they're in a nasty split, and that's one negative to running a nasty split is if someone's out wide, it's harder for everybody to get out and cover their spots, hit their spots on a spot drop if you're mugging and dropping, if you're sugaring a blitz. But in this case, with it being somewhat of a nasty split, you're in good position here. So let's see what Edgerrin Cooper does, if he bails out or not, and let's identify where he's lined up. First of all, tight end, most likely right there. So he is playing will backer on this particular play, okay? And I think this is Eric Wilson playing the mock backer position. Let's watch Coop. Watch how quick here. So he's blitzing, right, Tim?
Nope. No, he's not.
Look at the athleticism it takes to be able to jab step with the quarterback having the ball in his hand, and you're basically on their line of scrimmage now. And then you're going to get back, and while you're running full sprint, lock onto your assignment. This is a Tampa 2 call. Yep. So his assignment is deep middle seam.
Look at the stripe, too. He's already looking to his right a little bit.
Already turning his head. He's going to pick up the 2 and follow him down. Now, the 2 beats him. This is Christian Kirk, guys. Look how far back. Look at the space between Edgerrin Cooper and Christian Kirk. And Coop knows schematically if this guy breaks in, he's my dude. This, the corner out here is not going to cover him. The slot's not going to cover him. Watch Cooper rebound.
Full sprint too.
Look at this. Punches the ball out. I think that punch might have broke the collarbone too.
I think it was how Kirk landed that broke the collarbone here. I don't think it was the punch. I think he just landed funny, but taking nothing away from Coop, because you love how you see the head turned around, and then the minute that ball's in the air, he knows I'm just staring at the receiver and I'm full speed right into him.
It'd be real easy right here too to turn your head back and try to find the ball. Play the receiver. He's already got the leverage. Play the receiver, time the catch point, punch that ball out. Does an excellent job. Look at the ground he covers. That's a receiver. That's a receiver he's running with right there.
And a middle to top tier receiver too. Kirk
is closes on it.
Yeah.
That ball is not underthrown either. It's not like, oh, he hung him up there. No, he closes on Christian Kirk. That's the kind of speed Edgerrin Cooper's got.
Yep, absolutely.
Bang, punch it out. Great job.
And you see even was that Bullard there? You saw Bullard doing his best to get back. He kind of bit on the outside help.
Right.
And was late to get back. So it was on Cooper to make that play there for sure.
And in that Tampa 2 look, Tim, Bullard, is he playing deep safety? Is that what you're saying?
It looked like it, yeah.
Yeah. If that's him back there, he's doing the right thing. Because the reason being is he's expecting Cooper to cover the seam, right? So he's probably at this point, he's probably like, oh crap. But then he didn't know Cooper was going to put that Superman cape on and catch up, right?
Yeah, he had to jump over him at the end there. You see it.
Damn near broke his neck. Look at our boy Bull. That's not a good look. Right there. You're not. That right there. That's not what you're looking for. Hit hard.
And of course, Eric Stokes in at the end to do absolutely nothing as usual.
Yeah. All right, next play, we got the Lions game here. So we got a 3-man look here in terms of a defensive lineman and where they're lining up. So you got what looks like a 1 tech, and then a 5 tech, maybe a 7 tech, depending on how you look at it. And then on the opposite side, you got a wide 9 look. I think that's Preston Smith. Now, where do you got Cooper at? Where's he lining up? We're strong left, right? Are they in 11 or 12 personnel? This looks like 11 personnel, so strong left. So that would make Cooper the will on this particular play. Now, on this play, my guess is the way he's lined up, he's probably man up on the running back. I think that's Jahmyr Gibbs. It looks like Jahmyr Gibbs here, okay? I could be wrong, but to me, this looks like a lot of man coverage, right? Man. This guy's probably firing. I don't know for sure. No, he's probably man, and this could be man or interchangeable, right? Now, this could be man here too, and they could be blitzing. But it to me, seeing that Quay or whoever this is kind of flat-footed, he's probably covering the middle, I would imagine. This looks like man coverage here, right? So let's watch. Let's see if Cooper is manned up on the T right here, the running back. Roll the tape. Ball snapped. It is. So it's man coverage, right? Man across the board. What you got is Xavier controlling the middle, and Quay is actually blitzing. So this is what you would call a mock fire, okay? So they're going to cover 1 mock fire. But what's crazy is McKinney ain't really covering deep. He's kind of looking to rob underneath. He probably seen something on film here.
Yep.
Actually, it looks like he's going to be man up on Laporta, possibly. But, again, back to what we're watching. So what you've got is man coverage. I think that's Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, a hell of a running back. Let's see how Edgerrin handles that. Right through the contact, no problem. Good coverage.
Hell yeah.
And when I say good coverage, some people see that and go, he got beat. Guys, you want to force them to try to make that throw rather than giving them an easy completion on the back shoulder.
Absolutely.
Good top man coverage on the T there. So now we're seeing him cover the wheel in a cover 1 man, or just a man coverage call in general, Tim. That's pretty cool.
Yep. It's that versatility, right?
Yeah.
Can turn upfield. We've seen it. This is back-to-back plays here. We're seeing it.
Yep, definitely. So, again, we've seen him all over the place. We've seen him rush the quarterback. We've seen him cover the deep seam in a Tampa 2 call. Now we're seeing him cover the running back out of the wheel.
I think you're right about that, too. X was probably trying to take away that quick shot there to the tight end. As you know, I mean, that's football 101, right? You get pressure, get the ball out quick. I think maybe X was biting down to kind of make Goff hold the ball there and take that out route. Yeah.
All right, up next, this is one of those jam fronts we're talking about, right? You got a 5-man front. Actually, no, it ain't. That's Carrington. My bad. So this isn't. This is what you would call an over front, okay? Again, with over, it's real simple. The one tech is on the weak side of the formation. There's your strong side, weak side one tech. So you got a strong side 3 tech. That's what you call playing over the front or over the tight end is what way I've always heard it called. So again, this is an overlook, and you see here with Edgerrin Cooper, where's he lined up? There's your backer. Is it a nickel set? It looks like it's a nickel set. So he's playing mock on this particular play here, Tim. So now we got him back in the mock. They're going to motion over a little bit. No worries. Everybody holding their water. Edgerrin going to drop. Boy, that should have been picked. Look at that.
Oh, beautiful.
Again, just reading the eyes of the quarterback, man. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing superstarish here. Just playing the scheme, holding your ground. Should have been an interception.
Yeah, you'd like to see him make the pick there. That's about it, right?
Yeah. You get that ball inside the 10, man. That's what a play. So
good job by 24 on the bottom of your screen there. We were talking about CV earlier, holding his leverage here, taking away that quick pass.
Yeah. And you're seeing our boy Evan Williams drop a little bit deep. So this looks like this might be a match play. Yep. This looks like cover 6 match. Let me explain to you guys what this means here, okay? Right here. So this is if and then. This is going to become man coverage, in my opinion. They may be playing cover 2 man as well, but I doubt it because I think they played I want to say they played less than 1% of cover 2 man. So this is probably cover 6 match. Deep quarter with match principles, deep quarter, deep half. So he's got half the field over here, right? He's got a quarter of the field. He's got a quarter, but it's if and then. If this guy goes vert, he's going to cover him deep. So that's what that looks like to me. It's probably some kind of a cover 6 match. But nonetheless, Cooper doing a good job underneath breaking the pass up.
Love it.
All right. Up next, we're to the Titans game now. So let's identify.
I know a couple guys that were at this game.
Yeah, man, this was fun to watch, man. What a great game to go to, man. That's the type of games I like to go. I don't like to go to the games where I'm going to be stress-filled. I like to go to the games, which we were underdogs. People forget that. We were underdogs in this game. So, because Malik Willis started. But they're in 11 personnel. They're strong right. Okay, so Quay is the mock. That makes Edgerrin. Actually, no, look at this. They did a little oop-de-oo here. So we got 2 tight ends here, right? So that's going to make it 12 personnel because you notice we got our base 4-3 on the field. See it, Tim?
Yep.
So what's the strong side? There's your strong side. That's your attached Y. So that makes, in this case, in the 4-3 front, first time we've seen Edgerrin Cooper on the tape here, he's going to be the will, right?
Yep.
Quay's the mock. And then the Sam, I believe that's Eric Wilson over there. So let's watch our boy Coop work out of the wheel here. They motion over, bring it back, a little zipper motion. This is a run play. Now we're going to get to see the run plays here.
Yeah. Love it. So with this look again this year, probably swap Wilson for McDuffie.
I would say so. Unless Isaiah Simmons beats him out, Tim. And if that's the case, here's what I think would happen in that case. I think you would put Edgerrin Cooper at the Sam, right? Closer to the line of scrimmage.
Sure.
And put Isaiah Simmons in the wheel. But yeah, if McDuffie's in the lineup, I would put McDuffie at the Sam because he plays a run. Really, that's his kind of strength, his superpower, and then have Edgerrin Cooper play the wheel is the way I would roll with it. Yeah. Now there's a chance with Edgerrin Cooper beefing up, and you want him to be that gap destroyer. Put him in the mock this year, and you can put Quay over at the wheel. It's very interchangeable. It really is.
That's why we're looking forward to seeing those two play more than one game on the field together, right?
Yes.
Just the ability to switch Quay and Coop back and forth like that is going to be awesome.
And, Quay, the thing that he does well, I feel like he covers the seam well on those deep Tampa 2 calls.
Yep.
But the other thing he does well is he rushes the quarterback pretty damn effective, man. He really does.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something.
And the touch spy looks, like you said, I love him in those looks as well.
Yeah. Watch Edgerrin Cooper's footwork right here. Just watch his feet. Boom, 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 like a boxer. Bang, bang.
Yep.
That's not normal, guys.
Yeah, it's like he's holding a space, but he's not stopping. Like his feet never stop moving. His body's always in position to adjust and make a play. And that's why nobody gets a hand on him. I mean, there wasn't a single offensive player that blocked him. Nobody put a hand on him at all on this play.
Yeah. So that's a good run stop there by Edgerrin Cooper. We got a bunch of people in here watching. If you guys and gals would do us a big favor, I hate to ask, hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you making us a part of your evening. All right, so we got a little bit of an exotic look here. I like this, man. Notice the the three guys on the line of scrimmage over here. You got Gary out there by himself. What you're trying to do is get a one-on-one matchup for Gary at right tackle here, right? And they're going with a unique look too. They're going empty quad right. See the quad over there?
Yep.
4 over on that side. Okay. So now you got Edgerrin here. Where's the tight end? I would say it's going to be strong right's what I would call it, even if that is the tight end.
Is that the tight end right there on the bottom of the screen?
It is, yeah. It looks like the tight end.
Guy lined up in the neutral zone, offsides, pre-snap.
Kind of does look like his head may be over the line. I'm not sure though. But regardless, you got Quay or you got Edgerrin right in the middle of the defense. Look at it, we're going to fire. So this is what this looks like, Tim. Crash, crash, crash. Coop probably coming around the edge. Just a scrape blitz here. Let's see what happens. See if that's what we see. Oh, yeah, it's a scrape. Look at Coop.
Oh, my God.
Get in there and get the sack, dude.
Freak of nature.
Yeah. There's not many linebackers that's got that kind of – look at the jump he gets. What? Before the ball snapped. Bang.
Look how quickly he passes Preston Smith there. Like him and Preston Smith both kind of moved at the same time. And he just, boom, right through. I love it.
Yeah, that's a great scrape blitz there, man. And you got a little bit of a stunt in the middle. Watch, see LVN.
Oh, yeah.
Watch LVN's going to go to the middle. And you got Enigbari playing defensive tackle right there. That's pretty wild.
Really, LVN crashing is what freed up the lane for Coop. You see Coop coming right in behind him.
So you got 4 edge defenders rushing the quarterback there. That's at NASCAR.
Yep.
Right? Love it. Cooper's
well, if you consider Preston Smith an edge defender and not the greatest cornerback ever to play for the Packers.
Robert in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. He says, Rashan Gary, wow, he blew up 2 guys. Watch Gary on the top, guys. Bang, bang. Went through 2 defenders and still got to the quarterback.
Yeah, and still gets home and still maintains the edge.
You,
but his pass rush is suspect. Shut up.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And this is the same people saying that. Imagine watching the tape and thinking that Rashan Gary can't beat a tight end. There's a guy that gets paid good money to talk on the radio in Milwaukee that will go to his grave claiming that Rashan Gary can't beat a tight end on a pass rush. And he's just sitting here running through 2 and 3 people on a consistent basis. Absolutely wild. Good eye there, Robert. Thank you for pointing that out, man. I was over here basking in the glory of Edgerrin Cooper's burst, and you called out the more important part there, Gary blowing up a double team. All right, now here we go. This is going to be fun here too. Against Minnesota. All right. So what's the look here? Let's see if we can decipher it. It looks like it's 11, right? It's ace 11 ace here. Ace is just a single back. So you got a single back set, 3 wide receivers, strong right. Okay. Coop is the will on this play. Looks like that might be Quay back in there. He's going to be playing the mic. So Coop is in the will, kind of on the line of scrimmage. Is he fired? Oh, he's coming. Look at this. Now, this is going to be a run play, right? Looks like it's setting up for a run play. You see everybody bending right. Going to get it out here to Aaron Jones, I believe. I could be wrong.
It could be a boot play action.
It might be a play action. Let's roll it. Let's see here. Oh, no. that was a miscommunication, wasn't it? Because, look, it's like Aaron Jones was looking for a toss, and now poor Sam Darnold knows he's hurt. Great job by Cooper.
Great job just getting down before you lose your life by Sam Darnold there. Great work.
The cool thing here is Coop is reading Aaron Jones' body language. He's going after Jones, and he realized, let me just get back here and make sure this quarterback goes down.
Quay as well. Look at Quay here. Right off the snap. He's already working that area.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, next play. Now we're against – notice you get into all these Shanahan-McVay trees, man. Look at all the nasty splits, right? It's funny to see how teams run different operations. But here we got an 11 look. Again, it looks like it's possible that's a running back, but I don't think it is because we've got just 2 linebackers in. So we're going strong right, strong tray right, nasty split, right? So that makes Quay the mic. Edgerrin Cooper is the will. Let's watch it here. All right, so they use a little cheat motion with 19 over. Look at Coop already recognizing this. Like seriously, he's already listen. I'm not trying to dog Quay. Don't take this the wrong way.
No, notice he's a half a step ahead of Quay.
Yeah, notice how Quay's kind of flat-footed. Not really flat-footed. He's on the ball of his feet, but he's still processing. Cooper's like, seen this on tape. Watch Coop up here. Let's go get it, boys. What we doing? Nope. All right. Blow it up. Screen. Bang.
Beautiful.
The amount that I think he knows he's athletic enough to get back. He can take that's that start, stop, shoot. So what? He's going to go right here. You're going to go start, stop. Oh, get back, cover your zone. Nope, read it. Great job blowing it up over there by Keyshawn too.
Watch Keyshawn at the end of this play too. How he goes in to try and blow it up, does the best he can, and then he knows Coop's coming over to finish. Watch him at the end of this play. How fired up he is for Coop. Look at. Dang, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Love it.
And
playing for each other out there. I love it.
And, listen, there's some people on the interwebs that are Packer fans. They like to cover the low lights, and they like to go, well, this is what they do bad. Look, they screwed this up, right? You can look at Keyshawn Nixon and – yeah, exactly. Hell of a way to fan. Keyshawn Nixon, what does he do well? In my opinion, this is what he does well. He plays aggressive. Watch him. So you got 50 – who's trying to get out here. 50 knows if I can seal this off, it gives my guy a shot to catch the ball and get back inside, right? So watch 50 try to get over here and block. Keyshawn reads it. Watch Keyshawn be aggressive. No way, big boy. Get out of the way, fat boy.
Boom.
Great job. Great job reading and reacting right there.
Love it.
All right, next play. We are against Houston here. We got another nasty split.
Houston, we have a problem.
So here, Tim, we got a 12 personnel, I believe. I think that's actually the tight end. So we got a 12 nasty look, right? There are your receivers, I believe. This looks like the tight end might have been flex. Either way, one of these two are tight ends right here. So you got a 1-2 tight end set. So this is 12 personnel, assuming, you see the shadow. There's a running back in the backfield. So this is going to trigger our base 4-3, right? So let's see where he's at. What would be the strong side of the formation here? To me personally, there's your attached Y. So that would make Cooper the Sam here, in my opinion. Coach, let me know what you think here in the chat, Coach. This particular formation, would you think this is the Sam or is this the Sam here? To me, it looks like that's the true traditional Y tight end. This is the guy kind of playing the flex. So I would call that the Sam. I think Cooper's playing Sam. Let me know what you think, Coach. I'll try to catch your comment in a minute. But anyway, to me, it looks like he's in the Sam. They're going to hand this ball off. Look at Coop get in here, right?
How patient he is.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You know how easy it'd be to go, oh, he's going inside, right? He's going inside. But watch him. He gets a quick start, but doesn't get too far out over his skis. Watch him. Just patience, patience, patience. Guys, that's what you got to do as a linebacker. Many people don't think about this, and it took me a while to understand it and learn it. Linebackers are very similar to running backs. What makes great running backs great is their patience in the backfield. What makes linebackers great is not over pursuing, not get out of your gap, right? You're reacting to the running back the same way the running back is kind of reacting to the linebacker. You're essentially playing running back on the defensive side of the ball. You got to be patient, hold your gap. And who gets there first? I'm trying to say, is that LVN that gets there first, Tim? It is.
Yeah, through a block.
Through a double team. Watch this. Two blocks. 1, 2. LVN. Let's go, dude. What a play.
Great job by Cooper, though. That's textbook, like you said, start, stop, shoot. To the T right here. Great example.
Patient. Stay patient. Coach Lynn in the chat says, not sure on this play. The other tight end was flex in, so maybe they view him as a strength. Could be, Coach. You're right. Again, you're not seeing him in the middle. We know he's not playing Mike there, right? So 4-3, I don't think we've seen Cooper play the Mike one time in the base 4-3 so far. Doesn't mean he won't this year, but that's so far we haven't seen him. So love it, man. LVN and Cooper, two young players making a play right there. Look at LVN talking to him too. I love it. Talking to Mixon. Hey man, remember when you hit that girl in college? Yeah. How's that feel, bub? All right. Next. Not laughing at the fact that he hit him, just laughing at the fact he got his ass kicked on that play for hitting her. You know what I'm saying?
I'm laughing at the fact that LVN took it upon himself to make his presence known. I love it.
All right. So Coach Lynn, all wise. Stop it, Coach. Stop it. So this is a 12 personnel, but they got the other tight end kind of playing an H-back, right? So remember, 2 backs typically equals 2 gaps. In Jeff Hafley's defense, it may be different. What that means is you got 2 backs in the backfield. Everybody on the defensive line is playing 2 gaps, 2 gaps, 2 gaps, 2 gaps. It's typically what it is. Now, Hafley may have approached it different, so we don't know unless we're in the meetings, right? But you got Edgerrin Cooper kind of playing a wide 9 over here, Tim. So we're in our base defense. In this case, strong left. He's playing the Sam on the line of scrimmage. I personally like that. I like that because I like him being closer to the ball on a most likely a running down. You know what I mean? So, so here he is in the Sam. They use a little cheap motion, no wasted motion at all. Boy, look at Cooper. Who is being the most aggressive right here? Look at Cooper. Gets in there and fills the gap, makes the tackle. He sets the edge, right? Watch him make sure the running back can't bounce it out. See it? Holding that outside leverage a little bit, and then makes the tackle. Great job. Pretty straightforward there.
Love it.
All right, up next. Now, to me, it looks like 11 personnel this time, although maybe because we're so far down the film trying to count here. Yeah, I'm just seeing one tight end here. That looks like a receiver. Maybe once they got inside the 15 here, we just said, heck with it. Let's go with our base 4-3, right? I think that's what I'm seeing here. So Cooper on that side would be the will in this particular situation. So he's playing will again. Look at this. They're going to hand it off. It looks like they're trying to do a little sifting here. That guy blocking back down. But look at Cooper. He is so much quicker than everyone else on the football field, man. Backside pursuit, bang. Mixon was not expecting him there. Was that Kenny?
Good job by Kenny and TJ Slayton getting in there.
Kenny splitting a little double team. Guy gets a hand on him, and yeah, great job.
Love it.
Just a great team effort right there for sure. TJ Slayton blowing it up. TJ Slayton's the reason Mixon had to cut it back. And it'd be real easy for Cooper to take a play off here, right? Instead, he's 5 yards in the backfield making the tackle.
I was just going to say, or over pursue and misread.
Yeah.
We've seen that before from young players, and Cooper didn't do it there. He stayed home.
Yeah, for sure. All right, up next. We're almost there, guys. We're getting close. All right, we're back to Jacksonville. Hopefully, I don't have any duplicates in here. I was pretty tired when I put this cut up together. I ain't going to lie.
Duval.
So we're in a base 4-3, it looks like, right? So in this situation, strong right. Cooper's playing Sam, right? So we're back in the Sam. Let's see what they do. Is it going to be a running play? So they motion him over. So now he becomes the will, right? He kicks over. McDuffie gets on the line of scrimmage. It'll be a pass play, a little swing pass. Look at Coop.
What the hell happened to their left guard there? Holy cow.
Is that Kobe Wooden that just ate his lunch? Let's see. Oh, he tries to cut.
He just fell right away, man.
Yeah, he's trying to, that's what they call a cut block. He's trying to cut him down right here. The whole side is. See, they're all – I got what it is here, Tim. These are cut blocks on swing passes. So the goal here is left tackle, left guard, chop down so they don't get hands on the ball for the flat.
Good job by Wooden, McDuffie, and Preston Smith not getting cut down.
Yeah. And again, look at where Edgerrin comes from here, all the way across the formation. Good job, Eric. Watch Eric Wilson. I'm going to miss this guy. Watch Eric Wilson shove this guy all the way into the back.
Love it. Almost blocked him into the other guy. I love it.
Baby.
Again, 5 white jerseys by the ball carrier. Rallying to the football, baby.
All right, now we got 11 personnel. We're going strong right. May motion. Let's see.
Uh-oh, somebody's playing Mike.
Yeah, he's in the mock right here for sure. Now, this is a safety in the box. I love this, though. Look at Bullard and Cooper communicate right here. See I'm talking? I'm pretty sure that was Bull, right? So now they're going to sift over. So this is split flow. Tight end comes across. Everybody blocks that direction. So you're getting split flow. So the linebackers read the sift block, the tight end coming across the formation, and think they're going left to our right. And then in all honesty, they're going in the opposite direction. Split flow, split zone is what it's called, right? So look at Cooper, just attack the hole. Bang.
Look at Bullard, too, getting down in there, blowing it up.
Getting dirty, right, with those big
man. That dude's a linebacker at heart.
Yeah.
When they call Bullard down into the box like that, he's probably rubbing his hands together. He loves it.
And just Coop here, man. Just what a great job. So they are firing Eric Wilson, and then Coop comes in and cleans it up. They might have been firing Coop here too if it was a pass play. Yeah, it looks like it.
It looked like it.
Kind of one of those green dog blitzes. If the running back goes out for a pass, you stay with him. If he stays in, just attack the run. Kind of a run blitz look.
Yep. Wilson's blitzing for sure. You can see him creeping up.
Coach Lynn agrees with you, Tim. He says, I want Bull in on early downs. I'm telling you, man, that's what he does well. He plays the run well.
I'm telling you. Linebacker in a safety's body. Poor guy.
Yeah. All right. Up next to the Bears game, Caleb Williams is going nail polish, nail polish, nail polish. All right. All right. So we're in a strong right look, and it looks like they're in 11 personnel. So that makes Quay the mock. Edgerrin Cooper is the wheel here. I believe that's Quay. Yeah. So look at Cooper talking. Look at Cooper talking to Quay right here, Tim. Quay's the veteran, but look, Coop. See him?
Yep.
Communicate. Hey, I've seen this before. Let's go blow it up.
Yep.
Look at Cooper. Now, again, not the dog on him too much, but watch Quay. This is what we're talking about. Quay's got to attack. Don't stop right there.
Yeah, why are you stopping right there? Yep.
Watch his feet, Tim. They almost get tangled up. See?
Yep.
That's horrible technique. That is not knees to schnuts. You know
what it is it's a guy playing afraid of being beat.
Yes.
So you're coming in there, you're trying not to get beat. It's like just go in there and win. Don't worry about not losing. Just go in there and win.
If you make a mistake, make it big. You're going to eat your lunch for that, dude. Go attack the football, man. Absolutely. Do what you do. But again, Cooper,
his knees almost buckled. You could see him oh my goodness, yeah.
It's bad. But again, look at Cooper come across the formation, make the tackle. Great job. Great pursuit. Be real easy just to, they'll get him over there. Not Cooper. Yep. All right, final play here. Let's see what we got. This looks like it is strong right. Okay, strong right look. I think so. Yeah, strong right. They're in 11 personnel again. And this time Cooper is playing the wheel again, Quay in the mic. So it seems like they really like Quay at the mic. Last year anyway. So here we go. Look at this run play. Look at Cooper already, man. Again, perfect example. Look at Quay, right? I hate picking on him, but flat-footed, right? And look at Coop. See that lean?
Yep.
Coop's attacking. Bang. Start, stop, shoot. Oh, it's a perfect start, stop, shoot. Watch him, Tim. Watch this. Get ready. Ball snap, start, stop, shoot. Bang.
Yep.
Great
and
job.
Again, arriving at that confrontation the right way.
Yep.
Bang. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Robert says Cooper has great vision for these holes and hit them fast, much like a running back, right? Just being able to, just like a running back has ball carrier vision, linebackers have to have the same vision to get into the backfield and not over pursue, protect your gap, contain, set the edge, all those things. But when it's time to shoot your shot, shoot your shot. So,
they need that patience, like you said. I mean, you see that with Josh Jacobs carrying the ball, and he's got one hand in front of him, and he's basically like, on the back of his blocker, following his blocker. You do the same thing a lot of times as a linebacker. You're dipping behind a D tackle or something and staying home and waiting for your chance to make that play. And I think Cooper, time and time again on tape, has showed that patience. And a lot of that comes with the FBI, right? That's just like you said, a guy that's a film junkie and understands what's happening on the field, even before it happens, which is amazing.
And that's the thing, like, the reason I got so hype over Cooper about 3/4 of the way through the season, I'm like, I hate to compare him to all-time greats, but I'm like, the way he attacks the football as a rookie and plays aggressive, go watch Lawrence Taylor play back in the day. Now, Lawrence Taylor was a much better pass rusher than Coop, but, Lawrence Taylor's all-time great, But just when you see someone their rookie year flash and you just think that little LT there, a little bit, not saying a lot, but a little LT, that's a good sign, man.
I said Luke Kuechly. That was my
right.
pick.
Diagnosing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's a great time. All right, man. Anything else, Tim?
No, that was great. I'm glad we did Edge Coop Chalk Talk, man. Fired up. Love it.
Emilio's listening to this tomorrow going, what did I miss tonight?
Emilio's listening to this going, when are we doing Travis Glover? Chalk Talk.
Exactly. Biz 1987 says the athleticism of this defense is scary, and now they're starting to lean on experience. Great point, man. It's gonna be a fun year for sure. And listen, they got to take. I don't really expect them. I don't say one. I want them to take a step forward. I don't expect them to take a huge step forward, but what I would love to see, Tim, is don't take too much of a step back, because again, the defense is going to kind of be on their heels a little bit. Offenses are going to know how to attack them now, and the question is, do we change what we're doing to try to get ahead of the curve, or do we just kind of wait it out? What I kind of anticipate, Tim, and I could be wrong, first quarter of the season, they may take a slight step back, halfway adjust, and then you may see an even better performance halfway point, 3/4 of the way through the season. Because I'm telling you, man, it's just constantly evolving throughout the NFL season where these offenses and these offensive minds, these coordinators are, I mean, they're watching the same thing we're watching, guys, right?
Yep.
They're probably looking at Cooper and going, Tuesday player, we got to find a way to stop that dude. That's a good place to be. So, all right, Tim, appreciate your time, man.
Thanks for having me, Clay. This was awesome.
Yeah, man. So if this is your first time tuning in, or if you're here all the time, please, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified every time we go live. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Central Time for PTA Live. We're going to break down a little bit of what did the Packers gain and lose in free agency. And then, I'm sure we'll have some other stuff. I'll try to put another chalk talk together if I can. But really appreciate everybody's support in the chat. Hit that like button. Thank you, Larry. Good to see you, Larry. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out our Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. Also, if you want to support the show and you don't have Patreon, just hit that join tab right below this video. We're going to be doing a giveaway this week. We're going to be giving away an Kingsley Enagbare autographed rookie card. We got a few more of these to give away. So anyone who is a member in the YouTube group or in our Patreon group, we'll put everybody's name on the wheel, the Larry McCarron pinky wheel, spin that sucker, and give away an autographed Kingsley Enagbare rookie card. We got a bunch of giveaways coming up. I got some jerseys over here too, Tim.
Nice.
Really cool jerseys. Let me give y'all, when we get camp kicked off to celebrate, we're going to be doing if I can do a family night kind of watch party type episode, hopefully we can do it. Regardless, when training camp gets kicked off, we're going to be giving away an autographed Amon Green jersey. Really excited.
Nice.
It's going to be good. But anyway, everybody have a wonderful evening. Hit that like button. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. And go Pack, go.
There we go.
Nice.
Bye, guys.